These videos just keep getting harder and harder to do every week. And I'll probably say that every week for the rest of the season as a Newcastle fan. Buongiorno everyone, welcome to the Relegation Roundup episode 3, where we take a look at the past weekend's results, the upcoming fixtures and the current table. So we'll dive into the results of the weekend just gone straight away, and unfortunately we have to start at St James's Park. Unfortunately, if you're a Newcastle fan, obviously, as we drew yet again 3 draws in a row for Brucey's bullshit mags. The mags that don't try and win a game of football or score a goal were rescued by Captain Lascelles in the 94th minute. A game they didn't deserve to lose, so draw was a good result in the end since it was done the last kicks of the ball of the game. But we should have went out to get the W in that game, needed the 3 points, as we'll get into the team's results massively that weekend. And we didn't do it again. Brucey was buzzing to be unbeaten, but it's another draw. 3 in a row now against 3 teams that we should be winning, or at least one of them to get a win would have been nice, as we're looking at the table soon as well. A game that was awful, again, as usual, under Bruce. Snooze fest. Came to life with 5 minutes to go as Villa took a fluky lead, and Newcastle rescued by Lascelles' bullet header yet again in a home game for yet again another 1-1. So, not quite good enough for Newcastle. You know, a boring, negative performance. Just looking for draws under Bruce again. 28 games in now, 28 draws. I joked at the start of the season, saying that would half-heartedly Bruce would take 38 0-0s. It's kind of looking that way. He's all for it. That's what he's going for. That's where we're at, but we're getting at the table soon. So that game, St James's Park, less said about that the better. Plenty of reaction to that game is available on the channel from full time the other night. Don't want to talk about it anymore. Team that's really breathing up Newcastle's neck, I would say up because we're just above them, but you know, how long for, is Fulham, who thankfully played Man City this weekend, because any other team that probably would have got out of the bottom 3 and sucked Newcastle into it. 3-0 they were beating at home to Man City. Could have done with a bit more, lads, if you didn't mind. Man City, yeah. Get the goal difference sorted out for the boys. But Fulham, 3-0 beaten then, definitely take that. As long as they didn't win was the main thing. As long as they didn't even get a draw, you know. Fulham losing, happy days. The only result that went our way as a Newcastle fan this weekend. And you fear the worst when you see Man City's team news, you know, resting De Bruyne, Gundogan, Mahrez, Foden, all of these were rested. So you're thinking, oh yeah, we're gone. Curse Castle United striking again. But thankfully City got the win and kept Fulham in the bottom 3 for us, because other results didn't work in the favour of Brucey too much. Burnley, one of them, on the same day, Saturday, big win for Burnley away at Everton. I mentioned in episode 1 why I want them to get relegated, so go back and have a look at that if you wish. And I mentioned in episode 2 why I think Burnley will stay up though, and the points that they can accumulate. It's not like Bruce, but they can under Sean Dyche, Burnley, get those important wins, grind out results, and that's exactly what they did at Goodison. They went 2-0 up, Everton closed it back at half time, it was 2-1, it stayed that way, and that's what Burnley will do. And Burnley actually played some decent football first off, you know. Never thought I'd see that in the sentence before, especially in a Dyche, but they're doing the job. It's still tight, I think they're sitting on 33 points, but they'll do enough. Burnley are always going to edge another win or two, I think, throughout the season, be touching that magic 40-point mark. West Brom, definitely down now, if they weren't already, after failing to beat Newcastle last week at the Hawthorns. They got beat at Selhurst Park 1-0 by Palace, who are just pretty much safe as well. Roy Hodgson said 11 points clear, but he refused to say that they were safe. Professional, I like it, Roy, you know, not something like Brucey would say. He thought we're safe in November. How that's going to bite him on the arse. But they are probably safe, Palace. They are probably safe just because no one below them can win either, but that's a big cushion to have. In a game, they'll be able to pick up a few more points that they'll need throughout the last 10-9 games, so not a worry for Palace. Big win for them, another big loss for Big Sam, as it looks like he's about to get a first relegation on his CV. Unlucky fact, it's thoroughly deserved though, or he might walk before that happens, to be fair. I would if I was him, and I don't want that, but then Big Sam's all about the money, so he'll be waiting for a payout or waiting for something to come his way next season. On to Sunday, where it got a lot worse for me as a Newcastle fan. Brighton and Hove Albion managed to score 2 goals in a game of football. Unbelievable stuff. And they were decent as well, to be fair. Away to Southampton, 2-1 for them. Big win for Steven Seagal FC. 2-1 at Southampton. Class result for them. Played some good football. Probably deserved it. Southampton, strange side, and they're getting sucked into the mix a little bit. Southampton, they might be lucky. That much shit below them that they're not going to get sucked into it too much, but they will if results go against them and they can't start picking up wins the next week or two. Just depends on Newcastle winning a game of football, so they'll probably be alright then, won't they? Strange on Southampton because they're coming in and out of the game. In that game against Brighton, they had like 15-20 minutes without playing class football. Good reaction, especially going to 1-0 down, bring it back. And then Brighton, second half, quite easy for them really, and even at the end of the game, Southampton just passing sideways in stoppage time. Strange from Southampton. Big decline from them. Ravaged by injuries, but they're not safe yet. But like I say, they probably are because likes of Newcastle and that can't win below them. But Brighton, what a big boost that is for them. Heading into a big game this weekend, which we'll get into soon once we've looked at the table. And a special mention to Sheffield United after sacking Chris Wilder, or he left, one of the two, bit of both, after being at the club for years, got them from League 1 to 9th in the Premier League. 5-0 thumping for them at Leicester. Iniacho hat-trick. Didn't really need to mention that much because the bottom of the league and gone, already booked the away trips to Millwall next year. But had to because of the Wilder sacking, I think, was obviously big news. Strange timing, but apparently there's stuff going on behind the scenes there that Wilder wants more control and the new chairman wants director of football and stuff, so that kind of clash is going to result in an exit. Wilder is out. Be interesting to see where he goes next. And we all know that Sheffield United are going next to the Championship. That's the games wrapped up then. Let's have a look at the Premier League table after that weekend of fixtures. Sheffield United, 29 games played, 14 points on the board, well and truly down. West Brom now in 19th, 29 games played, 18 points on the board, so 10 points off 17th place Newcastle. You'd imagine they're down. I would have thought so now. That's 19th place as well and truly the Albions. 18th place though is all to play for after that weekend of results. Fulham obviously staying in there after defeat against Man City, fully expected, but that could all change come next weekend. We'll have a look at the fixtures in a minute, but let's just focus on this. 29 games played for Fulham, 26 points on the board. Brighton and Newcastle in 17th and 16th. Above them there with a game in hand as well, which could come in handy. Probably for Brighton more than Newcastle, to be fair, since Newcastle can't buy a win or many goals. 28 games for Newcastle played, 28 points, as I mentioned before, 17th place. 16th place, Brighton move up to after that big win for them at Southampton. 28 games played, 29 points. So, like I say, that takes them 3 points clear of the relegation zone. Huge win for them. Huge win for Burnley again as well. 29 games played, 33 points. So that's a nice bracket to start getting into. The mid-30s section is where you definitely want to be. 9 games to go for them though. So Newcastle and Brighton do have a game in hand on Burnley and Southampton, who are above them in 14th on the same points, but goal difference separates the sides. 33 points for Southampton, who, like I said, could definitely get sucked into it if Newcastle managed to, beat Brighton next weekend as we're getting the fixtures soon. If Burnley continue winning and Fulham looking good, Southampton could definitely get sucked into it. But let's be honest, they're quite a way ahead there. If you look at 18th place Fulham, 26 points. Southampton there, 7 points above them. I cannot really see them closing that gap, and Southampton will probably nick a win here or there. So they'll probably be safe. Just lucky that there's that much mediocrity below them, to be honest, but that's how it stands. And that's how it looks heading into next weekend. There's only a couple of games in the Premier League because the FA Cup's on, and then it's the international break after that. So if we look at the fixtures coming up, and the big ones though, the couple of fixtures that they are absolutely huge to determine who will be in the bottom three, 18th place, shall I say, come next week's episode, next Monday. Because next Friday night, you've got Fulham at home to Leeds. What a game that, yeah. Big fixture that, like. Big fixture that, because Fulham could obviously get out of the bottom three there with a win on Friday night, and I expect them to. I do expect Fulham to win that one, I've got to be honest. I can't see them getting 3 points there against Leeds, who got a good draw, would you say, against Chelsea at the weekend. But I don't know, just Fulham are playing well. I think they'll probably nick it. I don't think they'll get beat anyways. So I think Fulham will get a win there, and I think that will send Newcastle into the bottom three come Saturday morning. And then Newcastle will play Brighton in an even bigger game on Saturday night at the Amex. Brighton full of confidence now after that win over Southampton and Newcastle. Maybe a bit of a boost, scoring a last minute goal to grab a result, grab a draw, but again, it just depends if Brucey's going to do his usual shite of being negative and boring and play for a draw. It's not going to suit us. We need 3 points, especially a Fulham win. Especially a Fulham win on Friday night. That should give the Newcastle players a kick up the arse, but it'll give Brighton players a kick up the arse. Not that they need it, because they've continued playing Irish football. They just haven't been able to find the back of the net. Now that they've found it twice at St Mary's, give them a bit of a lift. And it's just absolutely massive, those two games in the end, because Fulham will be looking right. Fulham now, for the first time, can be ahead of Newcastle, and the pressure's on Newcastle. Newcastle are then looking, above them instead of below them, thinking, oh, Brucey just hoping that that's a bit of shit down there, that can stay down there, oh, they're still a bit shit. He's been doing that for months, and he's not going to get away with it forever, and he might not get away with it this weekend. Fulham could come out of the bottom three, Newcastle could go 18th place for the first time this season, Fulham outside the relegation zone, and then it's down to the MX on the Saturday night. It's a massive couple of games that are determine how the table will look after next weekend. And I don't know, we am weirdly optimistic for Newcastle to grab a cheeky 2-1 win. I've got no idea why. Must be the sunstroke or something, but I just don't know. Most likely be a 1-1, a draw. But then again, you got to look at Brighton and see Brighton could comfortably win it. If Newcastle score play there to draw, Brighton could nick a 1-0 or a 2-0. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an intriguing weekend. If I'm in all honest, I expect Newcastle to be in the bottom three on Saturday after Fulham win, but I think we may edge a result at Brighton. I don't know why, but I think we might do. That would see us come back out of it. Be interested a week today, see how this next episode goes. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen, how the table look next week, what do you make of the table, the way it looks now, the results from this weekend's fixtures, and obviously heading into those two big games on Friday and Saturday night for the relegation battlers. Who's going to beat the drop? Cheers for watching, everyone. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourselves.